Hi students, welcome to Diamond Group of Institutions, NEET and KCET online classes. So today we are going to discuss about previous questions of dual nature. Okay, see the first question and the next some formulas and in first video I given already we discussed in that first video. Once watch that video, okay na. So here we will discuss only previous year's questions. Now see the first question. A 2 milliwatt laser operates at a wavelength of 500 nanometer. The number of photons that will be emitted per second is, the number of photons emitted per second we have to find. Okay, now see, first I am going to write the given data. So power they given, power equal to the 2 milliwatts, 2 into 10 power minus 3 watts, and the next laser operates the wavelength given, wavelength equal to 500 nanometer. So 500 into 10 power minus 9 meters. Now we have to find the number of photons emitted per second. We have to find actually power equal to the energy per time. Okay, this energy is the one photon ka energy. So how many number of photons are there? Okay, na, then n into E. So this will give the total energy of the photons. Okay, n number of photons ka energy this will give per time t. So at this power, so now at 2 milliwatt power, how many number of photons are emitting we have to find. So now power equal to n into E by t. They are asking number of photons per time. Okay, n by t they are asking. So n by t equal to the, what will we get? P by E. So that n by t equal to P by E, power per energy of each photon. Okay. So now energy formula already we know, energy equal to h mu, or mu is nothing but the c by lambda. Here they given the wavelength, that's why we are writing formula in terms of the wavelength, hc by lambda. So energy place I am writing formula hc by lambda, lambda upside. Okay, now the given value substitute. Now p value 2 into 10 power minus 3, lambda value 500 into 10 power minus 9, and h is the Planck's constant, already we know 6.6 into 10 power minus 34, and c the speed of the light also we know 3 into 10 to the power of 8. Okay, so all these are in the SI system, all these are the units in SI system only. So now simplify it, we will get the n by t equal to 5 into 10 to the power of 15 photons per second. That means at this frequency, at this power and wavelength, this number of photons emitted nothing but the 5 into 10 power 15. Okay, the option B is the right answer. 5 into 10 power 15 photons emitted per second. Okay, next question, see now A, in a PE, photoelectric effect, PE means photoelectric effect experiment, the threshold wavelength of light is, threshold wavelength of light is given lambda naught, threshold wavelength symbol is the lambda naught equal to 380 nanometer. Okay, so if the wavelength of incident light is 260 nanometer, so incident wave ka light is 260 nanometers. The maximum kinetic energy of the emitted electron is, maximum kinetic energy we have to find. The given formula also E equal to 1237 by lambda. Okay, na? The given E equal to the 1237 by lambda. Lambda should be in terms of the nanometers. Okay, this is the data they given. So when the photon will be emitted by the metal surface means if the wavelength of the light is less than the threshold wavelength. Okay, so the threshold wavelength is nothing but the maximum wavelength required to emit the electron from the metal surface. Okay, so now here this incident wavelength should be less than the threshold wavelength, then only electron will be emitted from the metal surface. So now threshold wavelength given, incident wavelength also given. So from the photoelectric effect we know the formula. E is the energy of the photon. So whatever the photon is falling on the metal surface, that energy used in work function, some part of the energy used for the work function. Work function means the minimum energy required by the electron to escape from the metal surface. So the next, whatever the E energy is falling on the metal surface, so some portion of the energy utilized to escape from the metal surface, and remaining energy is used to give the motion to the electron. That is nothing but the kinetic energy. That means E equal to pi plus Ke max. Already we know this formula. From this they are asking the maximum kinetic energy of the emitted electron. So Ke max equal to E minus pi. So E value already we know h mu, pi is nothing but the work function of the metal surface. Work function ka formula h mu naught. Remember this formula also. H mu is the energy of the photon, h mu naught is the work function of the metal surface. And next, they given the values wavelength in terms of the wavelength. So write down these formulas in terms of the wavelength. Mu is nothing but c by lambda, mu naught is c by lambda naught. In these two terms, hc is the common, so 1 by lambda minus 1 by lambda naught. hc value is nothing but the 1237, and here lambda, we have to take the 1237 if the lambda we are taking in terms of the nanometers. So we are taking the lambda in terms of the nanometers only. Take here hc value is 1237 into 1 by lambda value is 260 minus 1 by lambda naught value is 380. So 380. Now do the LCM and simplify it. Approximately almost we will get the maximum kinetic energy value is the 1.5 electrovolt. So 1.5 electrovolt. C option is the right answer. So in the dual nature we will get the easy questions, just questions based on the photoelectric effect, or maximum we will get the question based on the photoelectric effect only, but you have to concentrate on the simplification. Formula we know that they will give the data also, simple data, but you have to concentrate on the simplification. It will take some time. If you concentrate on this one, it will take the less time. Okay, next see the third question. The electric field of light wave is given as, electric field they given E equal to 10 power minus 3 cos 2 pi x by 5 into 10 power minus 7 minus 2 pi into 6 into 10 power 14 t. So I written here also the electric field of the light E equal to 10 power minus 3 cos 2 pi x by 5 into 10 power minus 7 minus 2 pi into 6 into 10 power 14 t. X cap it is moving in the x direction, Newton per coulomb. This light falls on a metal plate of work function 2 electrovolt. Okay na? So work function pi equal to the given 2 electrovolt. The stopping potential of the electrons is, stopping potential we have to find. So E equal to 1237 by lambda if lambda is in terms of the angstroms. In the previous question they given in terms of the nanometer, here they are saying lambda in terms of the angstroms. Okay. So now here we have to use the photoelectric effect formula. Before that one, see they given the electric field. Okay, an electric field of a light wave they given. Compare this electric field of the light wave with the standard equation. Standard equation is nothing but E equal to E naught cos kx minus omega t. By comparing this one, we can find the lambda or we can find the frequency. Any one we can find, but here I found the two values. See now, kx. So x coefficient here is 2 pi by 5 into 10 power minus 7. So x coefficient is nothing but the k. So k equal to 2 pi by 5 into 10 power minus 7. K value already we know, k equal to 2 pi by lambda. So 2 pi will be cancelled. Lambda equal to we will get 5 into 10 power minus 7 meters. But here lambda value they mention in terms of the angstroms. So angstrom equal to the 10 power minus 10 meters. So now here multiply and divided by the 1000 we will get 5000 angstrom. This one convert into meters, convert into the angstrom. So now wavelength equal to the 5000 angstrom. By using this one we can get the answer. But suppose if you want to frequency, so then we can find the frequency also from this one. From this data also, see now omega equal to omega t, omega value they given 2 pi into 6 into 10 power 14. Omega is nothing but the 2 pi mu. 2 pi will be cancelled. Mu we will get. From this also we can get the lambda value. Mu equal to c by lambda na. So lambda value we can find it. But easily from this we will get. This one only follow it. Okay. Next to see now, what are they asking? They are asking the stopping potential. Okay. Stopping potential they are asking. Photoelectric effect का formula लिखो first, write down that one. So energy of the photon equal to the work function plus maximum kinetic energy. Stopping potential. So stopping potential means here whenever the stopping potential is equal to the maximum kinetic energy of the electron, then it will stop the electron. Then no current flowing through the device equipment. Okay. So then that means energy of the photon is h mu work function w or pi. In some books pi they will give, some books w, whatever it is. So kinetic energy Ke max is equal to the here stopping potential EV naught. Okay na, V naught is the stopping potential. So EV naught. Okay na. So about this one also I explained in the first video. Once watch that video. Okay. And the next see now here h mu. So we have to find the stopping potential. So EV naught equal to the h mu minus work function. So here they given the formula E equal to 1237 by lambda. Lambda is in terms of the angstroms. No? So I am now writing this formula in terms of the wavelength. So h mu is hc by lambda minus work function. Why? Because work function given direct value. No? That's why I am not changing this one. Okay. Now EV naught equal to the hc value is 1237, 12,375 by lambda in terms of the angstroms we have to take 5000 angstroms, so 12,375 5000, but the unit of the energy is electrovolt, so electrovolt, minus work function they given, work function pi or w, so here I write w now, so write down the w, so w equal to the 2 electrovolts, so minus 2 electrovolt, so simplify this one, 12,375 pi 5000 will get up almost 2.475 electrovolt minus 2 electrovolt, either E will be cancelled, so potential, stopping potential V naught equal to, we will get the 0.475 volt, this is almost equal to the 0.48 volts, so A option is the right answer. So these questions are based on the photoelectric effect only, easily we can solve these questions. See the next question, fourth one, in PE, in photoelectric effect experiment, the wavelength of the light incident on a metal is changed from 300 nanometer to the 400 nanometer. So wavelength is changed from 300 nanometer to the 400 nanometer. The decrease in the stopping potential is close to. So the decrease in the stopping potential is close to. So here wavelength is increasing. If wavelength increases, energy of the photon decreases. If energy of the photon decreases, kinetic energy of the electron decreases. Kinetic energy decreases, stopping potential also decreases. That's why they are asking the decrease in the stopping potential. Okay. So first, what is the given data we have to write? So wavelength is changed from the 300 nanometer to the 400 nanometer. So lambda 1 equal to 300 nanometer, lambda 2 equal to 400 nanometer. So now write out the photoelectric effect formula. Energy of the photon equal to the work function plus stopping potential. I am writing formula in terms of the stopping potential. Okay. So first case mein wavelength is 300 nanometer. Second, this is changed to the 400 nanometer. So I am writing the energy of the photon in terms of the wavelength. So hc by lambda 1. First wavelength of the light. So hc by lambda 1 equal to the work function plus E V0. When the wavelength is lambda 1, then stopping potential is 0.1. When the wavelength changes to the lambda 2, then stopping potential is V02. Okay now. So now here the work function of the metal surface is not changing. Why? Because we are using the same metal, just we are changing the wavelength of the light. Metal surface we are not changing. That's why work function is same here. Suppose this is the equation number 1 and this is the equation number 2. So now here lambda 1 is less, 400 lambda 2 is more. Lambda is less means stopping potential is more. Lambda 1 is less, energy of the photon is more, stopping potential is more. This V01 is more. And lambda 2 is more, energy of the photon is less, stopping potential also less, V02 is less. So do the 1 minus 2. If we do the 1 minus 2, either work function, here work function will be cancelled. We will get EV0, E is a common, EV001, EV02 is there, E is the common, V01 minus V02 equal to the HC by lambda 1 minus HC by lambda 2. HC is the common, 1 by lambda 1 minus 1 by lambda 2. So now set this E to this side, this V01 minus V02 equal to HC by E into 1 by lambda 1 minus 1 by lambda 2. HC by E value they given 1240 nanometer volt. Okay, 1240 nanometer volt. Okay, so here wavelength also in terms of the nanometers. So HC by E ka unit is nanometer volt and wavelength ka unit is nanometer. Finally, we will get the answer is volt. Nanometer will be cancelled, we will get the volt. Okay, now see here, HC by E value is how much? 1240. So 1240 I am writing HC by E. So lambda 1 value 300, lambda 2 value 400 is substituted and do the LCM and simplify it. We will get almost this equal to the 1.03 unit is the volt. So 1.03 nearest value here is the 1 volt. So now this decrease in the stopping potential V01 minus V02 nothing but the decrease in the stopping potential del V naught equal to the 1 volt. So 1 volt. Very easy question this one. Okay na? And next see the fifth question. The magnetic field associated with a light wave is given at origin by. So this is given B naught equal to the sine 3.14 into 10 power 7 CT plus sine 6.28 into 10 power 7 CT. This is the magnetic field associated with a light wave they given. Okay. If the light fall on a silver plate having a work function of 4.7 electrovolt, work function pi equal to the 4.7 electrovolt they given. Okay, what will be the maximum kinetic energy of the photoelectron? Maximum kinetic energy of the photoelectron we have to find. Okay, now, so whatever the equation they given, from that equation they given one clue, that is nothing but we have to find the frequency here. See now, B naught equal to sine 3.14 into 10 power 7 Ct, sine 6.28 into 10 power 7 Ct. Okay, T, omega T, sine omega 1 T, sine omega 2 T. Okay, so see omega 1 value and omega 2 value. Omega 1 value is 3.14 into 10 power 7 C, and omega 2 value is 6.28 into 10 power 7 C. So now in this case they are asking the maximum kinetic energy. So which frequency we have to consider here? So kinetic energy is maximum means energy of the photon also more. So energy of the photon is more means frequency of the light wave also more. So in this between these two, which has the more frequency? 3.14 into 10 power 7 C na, 6.28 into 10 power 7 C na. So 6.28 into 10 power 7 C we have the more frequency. For this one, energy of the photon is more. If energy of the photon is more, kinetic energy of the energy of the photon is more, then kinetic energy of the electron also more for this frequency. Okay, this is the compare with this one is less na, so that's why we should not consider this one. For maximum kinetic energy they are asking na, maximum frequency, more frequency only we have to consider. Now I am considering this omega 2, that is nothing but the 6.28 into 10 power 7 C. So now omega equal to we know 2 pi mu into 6.28 into 10 power 7 into C value. C is nothing but the speed of the light, 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. Now 2 pi value is 3.14, 2 into pi 6.28 will be cancelled, mu equal to 3 into 10 power 15 hertz. Okay, frequency value we got mu equal to 3 into 10 power 15 hertz. Suppose if we use this by using lambda 1 value, if we do this one, mu equal to the, we will get the something less value, 1.5 into 10 power 15 only. For compare with that frequency, this frequency will give the more kinetic energy. So we have to find maximum kinetic energy na? So that's why I consider this one. We have to take this one only. And the next formula. So we have to find kinetic energy na? E equal to the pi plus Ke max. Now Ke max equal to E minus pi. E value we have to find. Mu value we know. So H mu value. E equal to H mu formula. Energy equal to the H mu. H value we know. Mu value we know. H value is 6.6 into 10 power minus 34 joule second. And mu value is 3 into 10 power 15 hertz. If you multiply and convert into the electrovolts, we will get the value is 12.4 electrovolt. Remember this value in the further any problem if we get directly use they can this value. Okay, now we can use this value only, 12.4 electrovolt. Now substitute this E value, this is the E, H mu value we got E equal to the H mu equal to 12.4, E place me we are writing 12.4 electrovolt, and work function already they given 4.7 electrovolt, 12.4 minus 4.7 is nothing but the 7.7 electrovolt. So now the maximum kinetic energy is 7.72 electrovolt. This is the right answer. In this way we have to solve the problem. Okay, now first in these two frequencies, which one is only one we have to select. That means which frequency is more, that we have to select. Why? Because they are asking the maximum kinetic energy. Frequency is more, kinetic energy of the electron also more. Remember that point. Next, come to see the next problem. Some energy levels of a molecule are shown. The ratio of the wavelengths are equal to lambda 1 by lambda 2 is given by lambda 1 by lambda 2. We have to find this diagram they given. Okay, either minus E, here minus 4 by 3 E, here minus 2 E, either minus 3. Okay, so now we know the formula E equal to the Hc by lambda, lambda equal to the Hc by del E I am writing. So why? Because whenever the electron is jumping from the one higher energy level to the lower energy level, it will radiate some energy. The wavelength, that means whenever it is jump from one orbit to the other orbit, it is radiating the energy now. So the wavelength of whatever the wavelength of the energy is there, okay, that wavelength is equal to the energy difference between that orbits. Okay, na? So now this is the lambda 2 is there na? This wavelength is equal to the energy difference between these two levels, and this lambda 1 is there na, lambda 1 is there na wavelength. This wavelength of this wavelength of the photon is equal to the energy difference between these two levels. Okay na? So from that we can say it as lambda equal to hc by del E na. So lambda 1 by lambda 2 equal to lambda 1 by lambda 2 equal to the, so lambda is inversely proportional to the del E. So hc is the constant here. So lambda 1 is del E1, lambda 2 is del E2, inverse proportion. So lambda 1 by lambda 2 equal del E2 is associated with the lambda 2 wavelength. That means for lambda 2 wavelength energy difference is this one. Okay na, minus 4 by 3 E minus of minus E. So minus 4 by 3 E minus of minus plus E. And the next the del E1 is associated with the wavelength lambda 1. So for the energy difference between these two energy levels. Okay, now this finally is a minus 2E minus of minus plus E. So minus 2E minus of minus plus, so E. Okay na? And the next lambda 1 by lambda 2, this simplification is minus E by 3, this simplification is minus E, minus E minus E will be cancelled, lambda 1 by lambda 2 equal to the 1 by 3. So R is the ratio, that is lambda 1 by lambda 2, that is equal to the 1 by 3. C option is the right answer. Okay, whenever the electron jump from the one energy level to the other energy level, it will radiate the photon. Wavelength of that photon is equal to the energy difference between the two energy levels from where to where it jumped. Okay na? Transited. Okay. Next question, seventh question. See now, consider an electron in a hydrogen atom revolving in its second excited state. Second excited state means n equal to the 3 we have to take, and having radius. Okay, whenever it excited to second excited state, the radius also the given, that is equal to the 4.65 angstroms. The de Broglie wavelength of this electron is, de Broglie wavelength we have to find. So de Broglie wavelength formula we know, lambda equal to the h by p. So now h by momentum of the electron we have to find. Okay, how to find the momentum of electrons means from the Bohr's postulate. Second postulate is whenever it is revolving in the stationary orbit, so angular momentum is equal to the integer multiple of h by 2 pi, we know that. So mvrn equal to nh by 2 pi. From this momentum is mb equal to rn, send this nh by 2 pi rn. This is the momentum of the electron now. Okay, now in the wavelength equal to the h by p na, p place me write down this nh by 2 pi rn, nh by 2 pi rn means 2 pi rn writing upside. So h will be cancelled, will be cancelled, we will get lambda n equal to 2 pi rn by n, 2 pi rn by n. Then n equal to how much here? It is in the second excited state. If it is in the second excited state, n equal to the 3, and the radius of that excited state radius also they given 4.65 angstroms. Now lambda 3 equal to the excited state na 3, n equal to 3, 2 pi into rn. So radius of that excited state also they given 4.65 angstroms, 4.65 angstroms. Here unit I am not changing, this angstrom only, by n equal to how much? 3. Okay, 3, substitute it and simplify it, we will get almost the value equal to the approximately 9.7 angstroms, 9.7 angstrom. In the dual nature you will get the formulas based on the simple formula only, but you have to concentrate on the calculations, simplification. Okay, the answer is 9.7 angstroms. See the next question, 8th question. A particle P is formed due to completely inelastic collision of particles x and y having de Broglie wavelength lambda x and lambda y respectively. If x and y are moving in opposite directions, then the de Broglie wavelength of P is. The meaning of this question is, initially x and y are moving in opposite direction and they collide. Completely inelastic collision. Completely inelastic collision means after collision both the bodies stick together and move together. Okay. So and the wavelength of this particles also they given lambda x and lambda y. Okay. And then these two particles are collide and forming the one more particle P. Okay, na P. They are asking the de Broglie of this P particle ka wavelength they are asking. Okay, P particle ka wavelength they are asking. Okay, first see now, before collision I am considering, before collision x particle ka momentum is px, y particle ka momentum is py, and both are moving in opposite direction. Okay, so now see px equal to, we know already de Broglie wavelength lambda equal to h by p, from that p equal to h by lambda. So x ka momentum px equal to h by lambda x, y ka momentum py equal to h by lambda y, up to this one. Okay, before collision. After collision, both are combining and moving with the same wavelength, and this xy combining and forming the particle p. Okay, this particle p ka momentum is pp. Okay, so here momentum will be conserved, we know already that one. So from the laws of conservation of momentum, momentum before collision, sum of momentum before collision equal to the sum of momentum after the collision. So after the collision, the momentum is pp, so pp equal to the sum of the momentum before collision. Before collision momentum is px, x particle ka momentum px and y particle ka momentum is py, but both are moving in the opposite direction na? So px minus py. Okay na? Whether this will move in the x direction or this will move in the y direction, we don't know. That's why I am taking the mod here. Okay, pp ka direction is along the p particle. P is forming na, p it may move in the x direction or it may move in the y direction. Okay, so that's why I am taking the pp is modulus I am taking. It may be minus or it may be plus, whatever it is. So the pp, the momentum of the p particle is forming after the collision. So pp equal px value we know h by lambda x minus py value is the h by lambda y. Okay, then they are asking the wavelength of the p particle. So momentum of the p particle is pp, wavelength equal to lambda equal to the h by pp. So p particle ka wavelength equal to h by pp. So now I am writing here lambda p equal to h by pp. H by pp value we found momentum, that is equal to the h by lambda x minus h by lambda y. H by lambda x minus h by lambda y. Modulus we have to take. So in this denominator lo h common, h will be cancelled. We will get 1 by lambda x minus 1 by lambda y. Take the LCM and send to the upside. This will be get lambda y minus lambda x by lambda x into lambda y. Send to the upside lambda x into lambda y by lambda y minus lambda x we will get. Modulus we are taking na, so lambda x into lambda y by lambda x minus lambda y, whatever it is. Okay, so the answer is the lambda x lambda y by lambda x minus lambda y. Easy question. Okay na, so previous mains exam this question asked. Okay, so now next question is the two particles move at right angle to each other. Similar concept, but here right angle to each other. The de Broglie's wavelengths are lambda 1 and lambda 2 respectively. The particles suffer perfectly inelastic collision. The de Broglie wavelength of the final particle. Okay na? See now, one particle is p1, momentum is p1, and the other particle ka momentum is p2. Both are initially moving perpendicular to each other and collide and forming the one particle. Okay na? This particle is moving in this direction. Okay na? Single particle formed by either the collision is the completely perfectly inelastic collision. So they collide and stick together and move together. So now from this, P1 is the momentum of the first particle, P2 is the momentum of the second particle. Already we discussed previous problem. So momentum of the first particle P1 equal to h by lambda 1, momentum of the second particle is P2 equal to h by lambda 2. They given the wavelengths also, lambda 1 and lambda 2, first particle, second particle ka wavelengths. Okay, so this in the direction of the net momentum, the finally particle is moving. So net momentum equal to the, okay na, net momentum, otherwise the momentum after the collision equal to the sum of the momentum before the collision. So net momentum or momentum after the collision equal to the, so here these two particles are moving perpendicular to each other, then the net momentum ka formula is square root of p1 square plus p2 square plus 2 p1 p2 cos theta. Theta value is, these are right angle to each other, theta is a 90 degrees. So cos 90 value is 0, this will become totally 0 this term, then we will get square root of p1 square plus p2 square. Now p net equal to the, p1 value is how much, h by lambda 1, so p1 square means h square by lambda 1 square plus p2 square means h square by lambda 2 square. So in this case h square is a common and send outside, then we will get h is square root of 1 by lambda 1 square plus 1 by lambda 2 square. P net or momentum after the collision is, we can write P equal to the wavelength of the particle after collision. So lambda equal to the h by p. So the h equal to lambda equal to h by p na. So momentum wavelength of the particle after the momentum is equal to the h by lambda net. So momentum equal to p equal to, we can write it as the p equal to h by lambda. Okay, so this lambda we have to find. So already we found the net momentum equal to h by net lambda. Okay, net wavelength means here the wavelength of the particle after the collision. So equal to the, we got already we got this one, h into square root of 1 by lambda 1 square plus 1 by lambda 2 square. So p net place mein we are writing h by lambda net, h by lambda net, h will be cancelled, 1 by lambda net equal to what will be get, square root of 1 by lambda 1 square plus 1 by lambda 2 square, both sides square it, square root will be cancelled. Here 1 by lambda net square equal to the 1 by lambda 1 square plus 1 by lambda 2 square. This net wavelength is nothing but the wavelength of the particle after the collision, that is 1 by lambda square equal to 1 by lambda 1 square plus 1 by lambda 2 square. A option is the right answer. So 8th question and 9th question based on the collision concept only. These two questions asked in the previous year's mains 2019 mains exam. So concentrate on these questions also. And the next question, see now, a particle a particle of mass m and a charge q is accelerated by a PD, means potential difference of 50 volt, and another particle b of mass 4m and the charge is q, and it is accelerated by a potential difference of 2500 volt. The ratio of de Broglie wavelengths lambda a by lambda b close to. So ratio of the wavelength we have to find, lambda a by lambda b. So for the moving particle, already we know the wavelength formula, de Broglie wavelength lambda equal to the h by p, and this one we can write it as h by p is nothing but square root of 2m kinetic energy plus we will write the qv, that means the charge accelerated by the v potential difference. So lambda equal to the h by root 2m qv. Why we are writing in terms of the potential means, so here they given the mass, charge and the potential difference, that's why we are writing the wavelength of the moving particle in terms of the potential. So h by square root of 2m qv. So here they are asking the ratio of de Broglie wavelength of the a particle and b particle. So lambda a by lambda b equal to the, h is a constant, lambda is inversely proportional to the square root of 2m, 2 is a constant, square root of m qv. So lambda is the denominator में we will get square root of mass of the a particle, charge of the a particle, potential difference applied to the a particle, and lambda b is in denominator na, so in the numerator we will get mass of the, square root of mass of the b particle, charge of the b particle, potential difference applied to the b particle. Now substitute the values. Square root of mass of the b particle is 4m they given, and mass of the a particle is m. Charge of the b particle q, charge of the a particle also q only, q by q, and potential difference across the b particle is 2500 volt, and potential difference across the a particle is 50. Okay, now simplify it. Mm will be cancelled, square root of 4 is nothing but 2, q will be cancelled, so 1 we will get here 0 0 0 cancel, and 5 ones and 5 50s. Okay na? So root 50 we will get, root 50 we can write it as a root 225 into 2, that means 5 square root of 2. So I write here 5 into square root of 2 value is 1.414. Easily we can simplify it. So 2 into 5, 10, 10 into 1.414 is nothing but the 14.14. They are asking the ratio na? So ratio is 14.14. So today we discussed all the previous year's questions. Concentrate on these questions.